A tough moment for a 21-year-old woman who had to recall the years of sexual abuse she was forced to endure by a man known to her, a man she thought that as a little girl she could trust.
It was shocking. I've never felt anything like that before.
Trial is underway for Tyson Benavides Usana before Judge Alberto Tolentino in Superior Court of Guam. Usana was arrested in June 2019 and stands accused of sexually abusing the victim for several years, starting when she was only 8 years old. Prosecuting attorney Christine Tenorio called the victim to the witness stand to share her side of the story today.
It was painful. Definitely had to look away. I think it was just shocking.
Okay. Now, when that act would occur, would you always be in the same position, like either laying down, sitting down? What position would it be?
Most often I was sitting down. Sometimes because I would wake up to it, I was laying down.
When you say you would wake up to it, where would you be sleeping? In which locations in your grandma's house would you be sleeping?
In my grandma's room.
Okay. Is that where you would normally take a nap?
Yes.
Okay.
The victim testifying before the jury that Usana would allegedly molest her when she would take naps at her relatives in Dedido. The abuse, she alleged, happened multiple times a week.
I definitely think I tensed up. I don't know, I kind of froze.
Did you ever try to push him off or get his hand away?
Definitely, yes.
Every time?
Sometimes, I didn't feel like fighting.
Okay, can you explain that?
There were times where I would say no, and verbally, it wasn't enough. And I pushed him away, but I was fairly small.
Yeah. So whenever you would say no or push him away, how would he react to that?
He would keep going.
At one point, she alleged Usana molested her while her siblings were also in the same room.
He was always touching himself during every
sex act?
Every sex act.
So for the touching, the digital penetration, and the oral sex, he was always touching himself?
Yes.
The victim was about 16 around the time authorities made the arrest. However, she testified that opening up to her abuse wasn't easy, saying she got pushed back from relatives to keep it quiet.
Right after it happened, I had one of my aunties come and ask me to recant my statement, telling me they'll just get me a restraining order and they'll protect me if I just recant my statement so he doesn't go to jail. It's also the same with my grandma. She also asked me to recant my statement.
The situation, she claims, even tearing apart her relationship with her loved ones.
I mean, as a whole, I thought, the abuse was a lot. It made me an angry kid. I wasn't opening up to people. I would, just write things in my diary, and I think I was projecting. I had a lot of emotions built up that I wasn't putting anywhere else, and so little things would get to me. I was very irritable, very emotional, very protective of my siblings.
And then as far as your situation with your family?
After the fact, I thought the abuse was the worst of it, but I didn't know that it was going to get any worse after, seeing what happened to me. And it's just, I don't know, it's torn my family apart. I can't go to anyone for anything. I'm fearful for my well-being. I'm gonna end up homeless or something.
The victim has since relocated off island and returned only for the trial. Usana is charged with first, second, and fourth degree criminal sexual conduct. No word yet if he too will testify. Julian Hernandez, KUAM News.